move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9 to 5.
But yeah, like
I just told my daughter how to write. Like,
that's dope, man.
hell yeah.
Yo, talk about that shit, man. Like, how does that feel? That experience?
It feels great. It feels great that my daughter is like 9, and she represents a culture of kids that know how to ride their bike, and not always inside. Cause she be inside too. She be inside on technology too. So it's just good that she's definitely that type of kid that like go outside and like ride her bike and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like we don't have a lot of that no more. Her big brother don't know how to ride his bike.
How do you feel about that? Like the other kid, like if you're showing the other kid how to do something, like if they be like, "Can my brother come?" Is that something that you would encourage, or is that something like you don't feel too comfortable with that?
I'll tell you a funny story. So I picked up my daughter to ride her bike, and her sister wanted to go. So I'm like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, you gotta ask your dad. Like, that's not, the dad happened to be there. He was like, oh, no, that's cool. Go ahead. So I'm like, oh, shit. Like, alright, you know what I'm saying?
Now, would you do that?
I mean, I wouldn't, but now in this circumstance, I probably still wouldn't. Only because I just don't understand why the mother wouldn't be there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you gotta be protective, and that's like the crazy thing. Like my whole thing. Like,
I feel like I'm too.
I don't have any children, so that's why I asked you that.
But he knew she was in good hands, though.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that, but listen, but I know, of course I know. But what I'm saying is, for a man to allow their child to be with another man and his child is not like normal behavior, in my opinion. I don't have any kids.
Do you respect it or don't you?
I think the guy should stop whatever he's doing and join them and try to make it like a play date. If you want to learn, if you want to connect with him.
Awkward though, because now
it might be more
now
awkward.
It's me and him, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
there, like,
I don't know who my kid with.
I respect it. I
And
just said no.
Nah, but I don't want the kid because it's for the kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's bigger than me. But I want them to understand. Like, listen, I'm Papa Bear. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So I want to make sure that nothing happens to my baby. Like like what the fuck? Like I let him go with this person, and I don't know who this person is. That's how I think about it, and I think about it's nothing wrong with that, but it's nothing wrong with the other thing either. Because if you know, okay, she respects him. He wouldn't do anything. That's his daughter, da-da-da-da. So I understand that. But I feel also that, yeah, the parent is not just going to leave the kid with anybody. And they know that that's not just anybody, but still, you can identify who the person is. You know who that person is.
I think that says a lot about how he think about me.
Right, exactly.
And it says a lot about how he is as a person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's a respect thing.
100%.
It's definitely a respect thing.
100%.
So, you know, she probably talk about daddy this, daddy that, talk about you all the time. And he hear it all the time, whatever, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I already know how, like, it's obvious to see that my daughter fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious. So I'm pretty sure if he sees that and he's like, all right, he knows that I'm a good father, at least through Brigit eyes.
Shout out to good fathers.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to good fathers for sure. Don't get enough credit.
Yo, man, I have to say, and it's just on a personal note. Like when you grow, you start to you start to see things from a different perspective. Like when you're a boy, you don't really understand much about manhood because you're not a man yet. When you're a man, then you understand things from perspective of manhood, right? So I look at things from manhood. Even though I'm a single man, still a man, I still see things from that perspective. So understanding all of the, I guess, adversities that you as a man have to encounter, then you know, like, damn, all the other men before me probably had it twice as rough. You know what I mean? Because times are a little bit better, but it's still hard. You know what I mean? So I get it, right? So then you start to learn forgiveness, which is important, because I say shout out to good fathers because, you know, things happen, whatever, right? In our lives when we growing up, because we all got fathers. And the encouragement that I give to fathers now is that you try to encourage your kids to be better than you and doing whatever you can to build that legacy. You want to entrust something in your kids that they can give to kids or future generations. There's nothing that we have to give on to future generations. What do we have, right? Few stories here and there, whatever, but nothing tangible, really, right? So that's like what we want to encourage the youth right now. They all here playing video games and shit, making mad money on the internet, but take that bread and make some shit with that shit. Like, invest, definitely. Get you a fucking Roth IRA, motherfucker. Get you a fucking, what you call it? A fucking,
buy some gold and bury it.
Yo, gold, on some real, minerals is up, yo.
Yeah, I know.
Minerals is up, like fucking, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all that shit is up.
Everybody wants your gold,
Yo, learn about this shit. Learn about financial strengths. I'm telling you, it's not really competitive because not everybody like fucking with it. There's so much money out there. Like, it's all different types of money. Because motherfuckers just giving money away for no reason. So as soon as they give it to you, you liquidate that shit. And then you invest that shit in a Roth IRA. You know what I mean? But learn how to move it. But like, it's a lot of shit that you learn as you get older. But I wish you could learn that shit before you get older, so you could be like, shit, I don't gotta work so hard.
You just gotta give them the information that has to get to them at that time. I ain't gonna lie, when I was young, like, I wasn't hearing none of that shit.
They shut people down on the internet for spitting the truth. They really trying to constrain everything that you say.
It's
like
yo,
you can't say shit,
used to be
bro.
the Wild Wild West. It used to be the only place you could say everything, and now it's like, damn, they trying to run this shit like it's TV. Because they know it's like TV. Like, TV's dying. Like, everybody want to be on the internet now. It's just watch shit up there.
Crazy, man.
Even the movies, like, for the price that you paying to sit down and watch a movie that you can watch on your fucking laptop, it's crazy.
For real.
It's crazy, my nigga. It's crazy. And it's been crazy. I've been worked at the movies like mad long ago.
I'm Team Stream.
Yeah, Team Stream too.
Team Stream, yo, for real. Yo, I'm out here.
You know what I'm saying? Pirate radio shit, nigga. Yeah, fuck.
I don't pay no shit no more, yo. Cause like it's crazy because like it's really a matrix, yo.
It is.
It's dead a matrix. Like it's like mad. It's like mad shit that's going on.
Nigga, the water is like $5 for Dasani water, nigga. At the movie theaters, it's like $4.99 for a water bottle. And Dasani water, anybody drink Dasani water know that's the worst purified water. It's like tap water with chlorine
capitalism.
Candy. How candy went up. Especially if you with the good shit.
And then they get you back in the internet. So you get DoorDash, GoPuff, Uber Eats, fucking Grubhub, Instacart, and charge you mad more money. So we gotta make our own shit. Like, we gotta stop letting these motherfuckers make these shits before us. Like, what is going on, my nigga? Like,
I feel like the people.
Yo, let's all put our bread together and develop an app. I know how much it costs. Like, let's just do it. 30-something thousand. We just make an app. Niggas with it. I got somebody that hit me up. They said they'll give me an app for 10,000. I don't know if he full of shit or not.
I mean, if you make your own app, fuck it, 10,000.
That shit mad work. That shit hard as fuck to make an app.
You gotta just know the right people. It's networking.
You do gotta get a team.
It's networking, bro.
What do they call it?
Gotta start fucking with people that make apps.
A scrum master.
And then once you gather those people around, it's like, yo, I got an idea on an app that y'all can make. And now they already know how, they know how to do it. This is already their passion. So, you know what I'm saying? They're going to probably do it for free because they the homies. But, you know, you got to think like that. You ain't thinking like that. It's like, man, fuck these nerds.
Yo.
I ain't fucking talking to these niggas. You niggas playing video games all day.
What do you think about gaming, man?
I love it. I can't get into it like per se myself, but I love watching motherfuckers play like the game. Like, I love where games have gotten to, like, they're like movies now.
Right.
Games are movies now.
Like, I like games like that. Like, I will
sit down.
Like, I remember there was this one game I played
of a game. If it's fucking dope, my nigga, it's fire to me.
There was this one game that I played called Heavy Rain.
Oh, that shit's fire, yeah.
Yo.
Heavy Rain was dope.
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain was dope.
Heavy Rain. Let's talk about Heavy Rain,
bro.
bro.
Last of Us was dope too.
How crazy was it that you could be like a detective and solve a crime?
Right.
Like, you can actually run through, like, investigating people, checking to see if they telling the truth or not. Like,
storylines is crazy.
Wow,
what was the first game with a storyline that you really, it's like, yo, this is fire?
The best storyline in the game. Comment below. Comment below. The first
one where you were like, yo, games could be like movies type shit.
The first game that was like a movie. Like a movie.
You alright? You got something to smoke? I'll see you later.
Alright. Let me see.
First one. Storyline, and you was like, oh, this shit is fire. I got to see what happens next type shit. This Mario, we didn't care. We knew what the fuck happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if we didn't beat Mario, you knew what the fuck he
Yo, I was I don't know, I like scary shit.
That's me too.
So Resident Evil probably. I'm really like on the fence because I'm really trying to think of another, because I like Siphon Filter, but
I liked it too, but I didn't know
Resident Evil.
I remember what
for me,
like Resident Evil story,
because it was like a whole movie, like a scary
100%.
movie, and it was like crazy. And I think it was Resident Evil 2.
100%.
I played Resident Evil 2, and that shit was on PlayStation 1.
Mine was Silent Hill. I was gonna say.
I like Silent Hill storyline. That was crazy, but I started with Resident Evil. I got and then I started to play other scary games, but I never played no game that was as good as Resident Evil except for Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
Because Silent Hill was different
crazy.
scary. Silent Hill was weird scary. Like, it was the game. I'm not talking about the movie, guys.
Silent Hill, the video game, probably one of the scariest video games I ever played in my life.
Yeah, that shit.
Had to be. Jump scares, you know what I mean? Like everything. You playing the game, you got the room, it's dark in the room and everything, and you playing the game, it's crazy.
Oh, you was scared.
Like, yeah, that junk was crazy, yo. And I had to win. I had to beat the game, yo. So I'm playing it for hours in the dark. You know what I mean? But yo, that was my joint, yo. That was a crazy game. But Resident Evil would definitely be my number one favorite storyline. Silent Hill, definitely honorable mention. But what would be okay, so you asked me, alright, so we on gaming. So you asked me a question. I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game of all time?
Metal Gear Solid. Say it easy. It's easy. Metal Gear Solid. But that nigga, I don't even know what the fuck the nigga name is. But
Snake?
No, the nigga that created it.
Oh, the Japanese dude.
Yeah, that nigga is a genius, bro. Like a genius. Kanye met him. I'm jealous. I'm jealous that Kanye got to be.
Look, I can't even argue with you, bro, because like I played so many games in my life, and I needed to hear somebody else say that before I gave my answer. So now I get to think. Because Metal Gear Solid is probably one of the toughest games ever created. From a gaming perspective,
it was 2 discs. It was my first 2-disc game. First 2-disc game, right? Then the story was long as fuck, my nigga. You know how much fucking information that you gotta have for it to be 2 discs, and it has to be both of them filled up. Like
that's good. I can't knock you with that.
My nigga,
Metal Gear Solid is one of the dopest games.
The first game, quote me on this. There's a code on the back, and you had to read the code on the back. Like, and I'm like in the game, like, why don't I know the fucking code?
So
the code was on the back of the fucking game case.
He just straight said, shit on Prince of Persia. Shit on Madden.
Prince of Persia ain't had no shit on that.
2K, shit on Mario.
What?
Shit on Zelda.
All of that shit.
Shit on NASCAR racing, Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? Nah, Gran Turismo my shit. That's my shit.
People be like,
that's my shit. Because I got games that I like, but then I got the game, right? Because everybody don't have the game. Yeah, 100%. If you have the game, you're a gamer. Devil May Cry. Choreography, illustration, storyline, all of them. I don't pick.
I think that.
But I like them all. I like them all. But listen, I'm the worst person. I'm biased.
Oh, so you just fuck with anything Devil May Cry?
Nah, I don't fuck with anything Devil May Cry, but you gotta have my characters in there.
Oh, okay.
If you got my characters in there, then I can fuck with you.
Yeah, because I don't fuck with everything Silent Hill.
Some
after like 3.
With the game
after 4.
I played it purely for jump scares. Like that's why I played Silent Hill. I'm already used to it. You could tell with the music sometimes. Like it's not the same as the original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could tell
Americans took over. I would love if they do like a fucking a remake.
They were supposed to, but then they canceled it.
That would be so fucking dope.
And the nigga, some famous director was about to do
Devil May Cry 2 though, to answer your question.
Devil May Cry 2.
I forgot we on camera and I don't want to be indecisive because I really do love Devil May Cry 2. Like it's my favorite Devil May Cry ever. It's the best Devil May Cry ever created.
What was the story about for the second one? I ain't played it.
Alright. Alright, so in Devil May Cry 2, Dante realizes that he has a brother. His brother's name is Virgil, the son of Sparta, the other son of Sparta. They were twins.
So is he a vampire too?
They're not vampires.
They're not vampires.
They're demons.
Oh shit!
They're demons.
Okay.
So there's the one the brother who's blue, the blue demon, and then the red demon is Dante.
Okay.
Right?
So Virgil is the blue.
Virgil is the blue. Virgil has the long samurai sword, the Yamato. And Dante has 2 guns, 2 revolvers, and not revolvers, I'm sorry. He has 2 handguns. 2 like Desert Eagle type guns, yeah. Ebony and Ivory. And then he has the sword of Sparta on his back that he wields. And he's super strong, he can jump super high, he's got all the powers, he can't be killed, he's immortal, he can live forever, all that shit, right?
Oh,
and he can't be killed, and he kills demons, right? He's a demon that kills demons. So he's killing demons out of spite because Sparta was the only demon who wanted to kill all the evil demons because he wanted to save humanity. He cared about people. Sparta.
Okay. That was his grandfather?
That was his father.
Oh, okay.
And Sparta died in a great battle, and his son remained. So his son Dante rides on a motorcycle or something through the city, or he takes on like jobs. People call him and
sound like the Punisher.
Yeah, like, hey, I need some work done. I got a demon over here. Can't stop him. He kind of like a bounty hunter for demons, but he kills like the big demons, the tough ones. You know what I mean? The ones that's trying to take over the world or destroy Earth or destroy all humanity or something. He tries to kill those. So he's like, I don't know. He's like the what up? He's like the avenging angel or avenging demon. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But the storyline in the video game is kind of crazy because he goes against all of these mythological
it's like the God of War.
Kind of like the God of War, right? And he gets from everything that he goes after, vampires, whatever, he gets some type of weapon from them. Some type of...
So he doesn't get health from killing them, he gets weapons.
He gets weapons to fight evil, to fight the bigger evil.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's like a quest kind of, and it's like, you know, it's kind of a little platform, you know, you jumping on stuff, you know what I mean? But it's still a little more adventure storyline, kind of multivariate player. Every player has a different ability type of thing. But the graphics always improve. The storyline was always good because the first storyline was true to like the story of Sparta and shit like that. But it was dope.
Yeah. You got copper cable? Yeah, copper. You don't count that, huh? You don't count.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Dante. Okay. Yeah, so that's like my number one game. Number one game. Honorable mention, Hitman. I like single player games. Like single player games, like yeah, oh yeah. Favorite shits. But I do like, you know, the adventure shit sometimes, but sometimes it gets a little repetitive.
I don't know if I have a favorite adventure game. Maybe one of the
You ain't never beat a Sonic.
Nah, I don't got the patience, bro. It's like for a nigga that gotta run fast all the time, you have to stop and go, and stop, and then go, and then stop. Like, nah, I wasn't with all that.
I wouldn't say Sonic. Sonic would be bad.
I ain't beat none of Mario either. Like the old ones. I ain't beat none of them. Like I beat like.
What would you call Resident Evil? Could that be considered adventure?
A horror RPG.
Cause I don't really got no like. I like them all, but
Like an adventure is more like
maybe Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia is more of an RPG. Because you're the Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Nah, I don't really like to.
But yeah,
Cause I never really played like Zelda and shit. Like I could play it, but I never really.
You ain't like the Final Fantasy shits.
Nah.
I like the there was one that I fuck with. What was it? Final Fantasy, what's it called? Chrono Trigger. I think I had Chrono Cross though. Chrono Trigger was probably the first one. Chrono Cross was fire, yo. They made Never Been the Wiz Khalifa song on that beat. I was like, nigga, that's for fucking Chrono Trigger, nigga. Nigga think he's slick. That shit was fire.
Oh shit. Shit. What about the best system?
Yeah, the best system?
The best system ever.
PlayStation 2.
Ooh.
PlayStation 2.
Ooh. Best system ever.
PlayStation 2 good.
Comment down below.
That's my favorite. Tell you all my favorites of that.
That's tough. That's a tough one for me, man, because the culture of video game systems, like I had so much fun on the Genesis system. I had like a bag full of fucking Sega Genesis games, yo. And some of them were like really cool, like really fun games, but
my favorite games is on what's it name? Like besides Metal Gear Solid was on PlayStation 1, but you could play it on PlayStation 2.
yo, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to.
Silent Hill 2 and 1 was on 2.
I'm gonna have to say the best system was the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, respectfully.
I'm sorry, man.
Respectfully, it's just too
Sorry,
many
man.
games, nigga. I think
It's only because
they still come out with
here's the
games
thing.
on
Here's the
PlayStation
thing.
2, I think.
I grew up in that era where it was just like it was dope to have a video game system. But when the PlayStation 2 came out, I didn't care about the new Nintendo that was coming out. I didn't care about the new the games that came out on PlayStation 2 was crazy. Every game was crazy.
Yeah, like Xbox was out then and they didn't have
Nah,
shit to
Xbox
compete.
wasn't shit, bro.
We didn't have nothing to compete, bro. They only had a whole bunch of sports games.
And not knocking on sports games. Like I like 2K, Madden, all that shit. They was all on PlayStation 2.
I think Live was popping back.
Live was on PlayStation 2.
Yeah. What happened to Live? Live not popping up?
Live is not.
That's
popping
crazy,
anymore.
Yeah, Live was
But
the PlayStation 2 era.
I'm gonna tell you, Live was thorough. Live was thorough. When that dunk contest shit came out,
the
that was so dope.
That was fire.
That was so dope. Being able to
2K
integrate
took way a lot of,
the college players into the game, into the free agents, into the actual game.
Get them into the league.
That shit was thorough. I like that.
Fire.
It was a lot of little shit that came out.
Live had some shit.
Had some shit.
Which was
But
the
2K 2K just took over. Like after 2K came out, because I wasn't really a 2K fan. Because people that was playing 2K was playing on different systems.
2K,
and I ain't really played it. I only played live.
I think that's what got it.
But I was so used to live, like I was stubborn. Like I was like, yo, I'm not fucking with 2K.
I ain't think nobody's gonna leave live.
Yo, they was selling live for $20. They was selling that shit for $20. Yo, I remember they was selling 2K for $20.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
And I was like, yo, 2K, I'm never gonna like this game. My boys was like, yo, you gotta play 2K, Smiley, yo. It's different. I played 2K one time. I was like, yo, this shit kind of hard, yo. Like, cause I wasn't used to it. I was like, yo, this shit. Then I got used to it. I was like, yo, this shit thorough. Yo, we was still getting live and getting 2K. And then after a while, I was like, man, fuck live, man. 2K6 came out. Niggas was like, yo, this shit is thorough, yo. I can't stop now.
Shit.
Cause Renzo had all the systems. My boy Renzo, he had all the systems and shit. So this nigga be playing that shit. But niggas ain't never want to play fucking Xbox.
You know what it is? I think 2K probably got the rights to Jordan, and Live stopped getting the rights to him. It was like, I ain't cutting the check right.
Probably.
So you can't put me in your games, and they probably just
because Jordan was playing when Live was out.
Yeah.
Remember, Live goes back to the Game Boy, yo. Like y'all don't even know. Like Live is so deep. Right. It's got so much history. Like, you know what I mean? But like, a lot of people probably look at it like, yo, NBA Live, like that shit, some corny ass old shit. But yo, that shit was dope at one point because that was the only NBA related basketball game that you had that was actually good, where you could play as the players and shit and be different players on the team.
NBA Jam was fire.
NBA Jam was too fake, yo, because the ball used to get on fire and shit. Like, if you want that real, because ballers, people that used to play ball like all the time, when they played live, they was like, oh, this shit is like just like really like just like what you could do. They do a finger roll, they can do this type of move.
Is now, yo.
Yeah, and 2K took all of that shit, the form, all of that shit.
It's the graphics, bro.
It is.
It's had way better graphics than
all right. So, best wrestling game ever created. You was a kid once, man. You didn't always not play games, man.
I'm gonna say no, SmackDown.
Ooh.
SmackDown.
Ooh. Ooh.
SmackDown is my favorite because you could fight behind the scenes.
What you think about that? Oh, you ain't played the first SmackDown. You probably played the newer shit, like the SmackDown game.
SmackDown versus Raw?
Yeah. What's your favorite wrestling game ever created that you ever played? Yours is probably gonna be something newer.
I don't really like the new ones.
You like the original shits?
I had them on PSP.
Oh, so which one?
I forgot which one. What game was in it though? That had like a little story mode.
Probably was SmackDown.
It was one. I think it was like SmackDown versus Raw 2008. So.
Yeah, that's about right. 2008.
Yo, my shit different, bro.
What you like to say?
I'm gonna go back.
Like
WCW, bro.
You like WCW games? Or
Nah, my nigga.
Nitro?
Long time ago, there was a game. It was some WCW type of game, but they had so many different wrestlers from like back in the day. Like it seemed like WCW had all the wrestlers that you like was in WCW.
Okay, what was it called?
I forgot, man. forgot. I think it was Nitro. It probably was Nitro because it had like all the different.
So I know Nitro got Sting, man.
Yeah, it had Sting or whatever. I did like SmackDown, like the first SmackDown, the second SmackDown. I think like SmackDown 2 probably was like my favorite one.
Was that Hollywood Hogan? Hollywood Hogan was in WWE.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan was in it.
So you had
That'd be like an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I say that's an honorable mention.
So okay, that's what I'm saying.
Cause the old school games, like you can't discount those. Like those was kind of thorough, yo.
I like the old school WWF shit. Like when the Undertaker wore black and purple.
Oh yeah, that shit.
I like that shit.
When they had Shawn Michaels in it and shit.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah, that shit was thorough. What was that? What the
I
fuck?
forgot
What the fuck game was that, man?
WWF Superstar or some shit like that. I don't know. SummerSlam. I forget what it was called.
Could have been that. I don't know.
But it had it had Doink the Clown was in that shit.
Yo, yeah, that joke was crazy.
Yeah, man.
They used to have that game in like arcades. And shit,
in
too.
arcades and shit.
Yeah, that shit was lit. That shit was lit. Alright. Best boxing game.
Best boxing game?
Mm-hmm.
The game where you gotta center the things so you get up.
Yeah. Fucking, what is that called?
Fight night.
Fight night.
Which one?
100%.
I don't know. Which one you got? That was my favorite.
I had one.
I think it was like 30.
The one with the story with the black dude, and he had like a high low. Huh?
I don't think I ever played the story.
Oh. Roy Jones was in it.
Yeah. That one.
And it had Butterbean, had Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Oh yeah. That was round 3.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Round 3. Damn. Boxing game. I like all the boxing games.
I even like that cartoon game with Afro Thunder.
Ready to Rumble boxing.
Yeah, I like that.
That was on PS2.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like the Wii shit too. Like, we had to hold the controller.
Oh yeah, you get in shape doing that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking exercise.
Fight night. Probably my favorite boxing game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't argue with that shit. I don't know what they doing, man. They supposed to be coming out with another one.
Give me some more stars in the boxing world.
Facts.
Like a few.
Nah, we had some good topics today, you know what I mean? We talked about some good shit. You know what I mean? Like, to boil it into a knot, like, when you have a child, you really have to be sure that you're showing them compassion, bringing them up the right way. You're not showing them any behavior that you wouldn't want them to exhibit, you know what I mean? You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're living in the light that you want them to live in, you know what I mean? And you want what's best for them. If you don't, I'm not gonna say your kid gonna turn out like Jeffrey Dahmer, but when you find them confined to themselves and not having a lot of social outlets and not having a lot of friends and just seem a little off, you should check on them, you know what I mean? And make sure that everything good, you know what I mean? Always. Just be in your kid's life, you know what I mean? Real talk. Alright, yo, but this is 30 is the new
On the move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9 to 5.